Alright, what up, yo? It's DatBoiPat from Catharsis Records, and today I'm gonna do a another tier list, and this time I'm gonna do MF Doom. MF Doom's, I've been listening to MF Doom ever since I was 14 years old, and MF Doom, kind of like a lot of, for a lot of rap fans, he's kind of like a big part of their lives, kind of like mine. So when I heard about his death and stuff, I was pretty sad about that shit. So I guess I'm gonna do this just as like a way to talk about his discography and talk about his music. Like MF Doom to me, you know I never really felt like MF Doom was just like a rapper. Like he was kind of like one of the first artists that I heard that I was just like, yo, this dude is just like creative as fuck, and this dude's just like dope as fuck. All right, so the first one that I'm gonna start off with is Operation Doomsday. It's from 1999. That's MF Doom's first album, and I think this goes in the classic tier. Um, you know, it might not be MF Doom's best like album, rap wise or beats wise, or on his, this is not on his most villainous album, but I think it's a classic mainly because for the time something like this was like crazy. Like nobody thought of like doing something like this. Like this put a lot of rappers on notice, about the way they were rapping, and how about how technical rapping really was, because like even like rappers like Mos Def started to really rethink how they were rapping when they heard MF Doom. Nobody was really doing that at the time. And also, like, I think this still stands up. Like, I think you could play this, like, this could come out tomorrow and it would sound like, really good. Like, it would still sound good. Like, it hasn't aged at all. And, just like, this is just kind of like the start of also MF Doom's, really good, like, 5, 6 run of albums that he had that was kind of like unprecedented for the time. Like literally, like I think every song on this is good. Like there isn't a single song on this. Even the skits, I think the skits actually fit well, which normally I don't think skits age well, or I think skits in a lot of albums kind of like slow down the pace of an album that you're listening to, like the album experience. But the skits on this, like the old like 60s Fantastic Four audio samples and clips, really fit like the theme of this like villainous persona, um, and yeah, so all I can really say about it, because this is a definitive classic in my opinion. So let me do King Ghidorah, Take Me to Your Leader. um I'm gonna put this in great. This is another one of MF Doom's personas, King Ghidorah. It's like a three-headed space monster, from the Godzilla movies, King Ghidorah. And this one, he's mostly a producer on this. Like he's not really like rapping too much on this. He does rap on it. The spots that he shows up on as King Ghidorah, he's rapping pretty hard. This does kind of have like the feel of like a really old kind of like 50s like monster movie, and it is pretty cool. Like there's a lot of good features on this. This Mr. Fantastic is on this, which was he's like a staple in like the MF Doom kind of like story, because nobody knows who Mr. Fantastic is, you know. And there's some pretty cool samples and some pretty good beats on this. I like Phasers, I like Antimatter, I like Final Hour, I like Fast Lane, I like all those songs, you know. So it's like, this one's definitely a great, not a classic, but definitely great. So let me do Vaudevillain, and I'm gonna put this in classic. Vaudevillain by Victor Vaughn. That's another one of MF Doom's personas. Victor Vaughn is probably MF Doom's most grounded persona, I'd say, because like most of his other personas are just kind of an iteration of his just original MF Doom persona. He's like this huge kind of conquering supervillain, but on this he's more grounded. Like the scenarios and the songs on this are a lot more realistic, a lot more grounded, you know. Like songs like Saliva and Lick Up On and Can I Watch. You know, those are like really dope songs. Like the mood of this is really dark and it's like eerie and moody and all that kind of stuff. You know, and the way he's rapping, you know, he raps different as like Victor Vaughn than he does as, you know, MF Doom. You know, and I can't like really explain the difference because like it's just you just have to like listen to it. You can hear the difference if you like really try. You know, I think it's that maybe he's not rapping as like technically sound as on MF Doom or when he's MF Doom, you know. But yeah, this is definitely a classic and definitely an album that's underrated as fuck. So let me do what's after this? It's Venomousvillain, right? Yeah. Venomousvillain. I'm gonna put this in good. This is the second album that MF Doom put out as Victor Vaughn. It's the only other one that he's put out as Victor Vaughn. I think it's good. I think this one gets kind of shitted on in like the MF Doom discography, but I think it's like pretty good. He's still rapping the same as Victor Vaughn. There's not as many songs on this as there are on Vaudevillain. Vaudevillain's a lot longer. I think this is only about 40 something minutes, about 44 minutes. You know, it's still solid though. He's still rapping the same on this as he is on this. It's still dark. There's a feature from Kool Keith on this, which was really cool, because you know that you know, if you're an MF Doom fan, you know Kool Keith is, you know, probably one of the only other people that were doing like that like technical like rhyme shit that like MF Doom was doing, and he is also one of MF Doom's like biggest like inspirations. You know, he's one of his like, you know, major influences. Yeah, this one isn't on streaming, you know, so if you want to listen to it, I'm pretty sure it's on SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure you can probably get it off of like YouTube or something. But yeah, this one's definitely good, but not, you know, not great. He's not doing anything on this that isn't, you know, amazing or bad, you know. So let me do what's after this? It's Madvillainy, right? All right, Madvillainy. That's it's a big one. It's definitely like a classic. Madvillainy. This is the collab project between MF Doom and Madlib, which come to form the you know, Madvillain persona. And yeah, this is a like disputable classic. Like this is like not only for just like an MF Doom album, but just like for hip hop in general. This would go on to influence like so many like rappers like Joey Badass and like Tyler the Creator. You know, this would go on to like, you know, influence a lot of like experimental rap. A lot of like, you know, rappers or producers would look at this album as like an example of like trying to find, you know, any sample that you could possibly like use, or any like obscure sample that you could find as like a beat. You know, they look to this album. This is, you know, not only is there some creative songs on here, you know, like Fancy Clown, him as Victor Vaughn, him as Victor Vaughn is rapping about MF Doom like fucking his chick and stuff, and it's just like, and you can hear you can tell the difference like when he's Victor Vaughn than when he's MF Doom. You know, this one's also like pretty dark. It's pretty soulful too. Like it's pretty soulful. It's pretty jazzy. You know, it's got some of MF Doom's, you know, most iconic songs like All Caps and Strange Ways and Fancy Clown. You know, and this is just like a classic for just hip hop in general. I feel underground, abstract, experimental, all that stuff. This is, you know, a landmark album for the 20th century. All right, so let's do what's after that. Oh shit, I did it wrong. Whatever. All right, so let's do Food. This is another classic album. This is the second album to come out under MF Doom's the MF Doom persona, and this one is also a classic. This is another one that, like, you know, conceptually it's really like food themed. You know, the songs, you know, and it's not even just like the food references and like the different topics. It's just like the way he's also rapping. You'll hear like crunching and like burping and like slurping. You'll hear shit like that, and it just adds to like the whole aura of like the food theme of this album. And the production on this still holds up. Will probably stand the test of time, I think, more than these other ones. Like this is another one where every single song is like really good. Like, has some of MF Doom's most iconic songs: Deep Fried Friends, Rap Snitch Knishes, One Beer. One Beer, that beat is a pretty iconic beat. The production on this is also really weird. It's got like some weird obscure samples, and MF Doom's rapping on this is still the same as a lot of this other stuff, but it's like the references and the fact that he can stay on topic with the references and the food theme of it is really impressive. So yeah, can't if you haven't listened to any of these, definitely listen to. If you can't listen to these, definitely listen to these two right here. All right, it's Danger Doom. So I'm gonna put this in good. I think this is this is his collaborative album with Danger Mouse, who's a producer, and this one's pretty solid. It's definitely good. It's not horrible. It's pretty solid. I just think that it's only good because it does sound pretty old. It's a lot of Adult Swim cameos and references, and if you know about Adult Swim and MF Doom, they had been collaborators for years. And I think this is probably MF Doom's like loudest, like most kind of bombastic sounding album. Because it's got a lot of like boomy, like kind of loud beats on it. It's got some of MF Doom's like most like high profile like features, because it's got CeeLo Green on it, and it's got Talib Kweli on it, which was really cool when I heard that. This is one of the first MF Doom projects I heard, because I did Doomsday, and I think I skipped over a lot of these and then went to Danger Doom. The beats do sound like 2005 though, but it's good. Not great. So let's do what's after that. It's Born Like This. This is great, definitely great. Doom, Born Like This. This is MF Doom's 2009 album. And this one is really, really underrated too. Like, this is one of MF Doom's most darkest, kind of like most villainous personas, is Doom, all caps. There's no MF, it's just Doom. Yeah, it's got Raekwon on it. It's got Ghostface, from Wu-Tang Clan. There's some like really dope songs. Like Rap Ambush. I fucking love that song. Cells, I like that song. Microwave Mayo, I like that one. It's got my least favorite MF Doom song on it though, Baddie Boys. That's probably my least favorite MF Doom song. It is because there's like a lot of like homophobic stuff in it, which I mean it makes sense for his Doom persona, because on this one he is supposed to be really kind of snarky and really kind of a dick, and kind of MF Doom's story as a whole is that you're kind of not supposed to like him. Like, you're kind of supposed to think he's like a dick and stuff. But I think just like, I don't know, I just like, that's whatever. It could have been presented in a different way. So yeah, definitely listen to Born Like This. That shit goes hard. Yeah, so what's after that? It's Key to the Cuffs. I think this is decent. This is Key to the Cuffs, JJ Doom. This is his collaborative album with Gennaro Jarrell, and I think it's decent. MF Doom's rapping is not bad. It's not bad, but it's not it's not incredible either. I think just the way he was rapping was cool. It's just like it wasn't as up to par as these ones up here. And I don't think, personally, I didn't think the beats on this, while like they weren't bad or anything, I personally didn't really think that like they went with MF Doom's rapping on this too well. I don't think they blended very well. But yeah, it's definitely not bad though. It's just decent, I think. I think it's pretty fair. So yeah, let's go to the next one. It's Neruvian Doom. I think this is decent also. This is MF Doom's collaborative project with Bishop Nehru. It's in 2014, and I think it's just decent. Bishop Nehru, if you don't know who he is, he's another one of those rappers that kind of blew up in the, kind of like the blog era of hip hop, where a lot of rappers, were some of you had the first wave of rappers that were blowing up because of the internet, kind of like Joey Badass and Tyler the Creator and Mick Jenkins and, a lot of rappers like that. Yeah, and Bishop Nehru, I was a fan of him, for a little bit. I thought he was cool, but, I think on this album, it just kind of showed that for 2014, I think he was about 16 or 17 years old, I think. I don't think he was really ready for a project with like an MF Doom, because I think, it's cool that MF Doom decided to, do a project with like a young, one of his babies, I guess, because Bishop Nehru is a MF Doom baby, and I think this album would have been a better collab if it was with like a Earl Sweatshirt or like a Tyler the Creator or like a Capital C's was dead at this point, but like if this was with like a Joey Badass, like this would have been a lot better. MF Doom is mostly a producer on this. He shows up on I think one or two songs. I know he shows up on one or two songs, and those songs are good. MF Doom, he does what he does. He's still rapping well. I just don't think that like this was an amazing collaborative album, but it's definitely not bad. So yeah, let's go to another collaborative album that I thought was pretty good. Zarface meets Metalface. I'm gonna put this in good too. You know, this is his collaborative album with Zarface, which if you don't know Zarface, that's 7L and Esoteric, and then Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang Clan, and then they kind of formed up to form this like Zarface trio, which kind of does definitely draw a lot of MF Doom influence, obviously. So when I heard that like and they had done a handful of projects before this collaboration, and when I heard that they were going to do a collaborative with MF Doom, I was pretty like hyped up. Like I was hyped up as hell to listen to this, because I just was like, they were starting to bring back that kind of old school kind of Wu-Tang sounding shit that I really liked. And when I heard it, I thought it was good. Not better than decent, but not great. The beats are really have like that like MF Doom, Zarface, kind of like early Wu-Tang, like early 2000s Wu-Tang production style that came in after Wu-Tang Forever. And it's definitely good. It's got some pretty good songs on it. But it's definitely good, not great. I don't listen to this too much anymore, but when it came out, I was listening to it pretty heavy. But yeah, so let's do this is MF Doom's last official project that he's done with somebody, and it's Super What Zarface MF Doom. I'll put this in good too. Yeah, this is MF Doom's last known project, at least at the time of this recording. There might be something coming out. It might have some hidden stuff we don't know about, but that would be cool. But yeah, I think this one's good too. I think it's about on par with Zarface meets Metalface. Zarface meets Metalface was about 48 minutes, I think, and this is about 30. So I think it's about 20 to 25 to 30 minutes long. This one's also pretty good. MF Doom, he's still rapping really well. Zarface, Inspector Deck, they're all holding up well on this one too. Esoteric, he's still spitting his ass off too on this. He's got like a lot. He's got some bars on this. I can't remember him, but like he's got some bars on this I thought were really funny and pretty playful and quirky and shit. I don't like listen to this like a lot or anything, and if I do, it's mostly for MF Doom. It's not that Zarface or slouches or anything. It's just that like this isn't something that I go back to a lot. I'll listen to it just like as a full album. It does kind of feel just like you can't take like certain tracks and listen to them separately. Like it kind of has to go with the vibe, with this like comic book like narrative that this project has, and a lot of Zarface and MF Doom projects have. So that's why I'm not like super familiar with the songs, but listening to it's definitely good. definitely better than these. Um, so yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. MF Doom's a goat in my opinion. Like, I don't think there's anyone that's ever been able to rap like MF Doom that I've ever heard. You know, and do it in a way that's, creative and unique to him, while also kind of having like a, jazz rap style, experimental style, abstract style, but then it also still really sounds like him. If you like my tier list, don't like it, let me know. Hit me up at Catharsis Records, and yeah, I'll see you next time.